everybody. So I got a lot of questions revolving around teething and definitely a lot of how do I calm my toddler child. So I am going to explain that, I guess. But I think I'm going to do a second video more going into depth with calming, but just know that these teething remedies can also be used to calm your child as well. So I have Jude here today. Come here, Jude.
No.
Oh, you probably just heard him. Okay, so I guess I don't have Jude in the video yet. He's just right in front of me playing with his necklace. So, I have a few books, and I'm going to read out of what they recommend, and then how I feel about that. So, I have Gentle Babies. Oh, Jude's showing his necklace. Yeah, I have Gentle Babies, and they recommend Thieves Diluted, Exodus 2, apply several times per day, Clove, Panaway, and Deep Relief. And I don't like that, honestly. I just think that those are oils that I think should be given to older children. So maybe a child that's in elementary school and maybe their teeth have fallen out and they have, you know, they have some pain or whatnot. But I don't know if I would agree with that with the little guys, like, you know, 6 months old. So I'm going to tell you what I would do for Jude. You dropped your rock. Yeah? You want to get in the video? You could see me and you. No? No? Okay. So, I have another book, which I really like. It's really inexpensive on Amazon. It's a little bit outdated, so not all the info in it I agree with, but I think for a penny, like I think it's a penny on Amazon used, it's worth it for those couple of pages I like. So it says toothache, earache, 1 drop of Roman chamomile on a hot compress, or I've read it in the other book, you can do it on a cool compress, or Roman chamomile diluted and put on the gums, or cotton pad in the ear. So I don't like using oils internally on children. So here's, well, I'll read what the other book says first, and then I'll tell you what I personally would do. I do agree with the compresses, though. So this one says to do a cold compress with either chamomile or lavender. And this is Aromatherapy for Healthy Children by Valerie and Anne Warwood. And I really like this. Also, it says cardamom and eucalyptus. And I don't like eucalyptus under 10. So that's just something I personally think. For helping calming and for sleep, lavender. And it also recommends homeopathic chamomile, which I would agree with that because homeopathic, if you guys don't know what that is, it's actually just energy. There's no substance in homeopathic remedies. So it wouldn't have the high concentration that an oil. So how I look at essential oils is this. It's like 25 gallons of chamomile to distill into 3 drops of chamomile essential oil. So what I think you should always do with children, and in European countries, they would probably disagree with me, and they've used these oils for years traditionally in their own ways, and you know, they're fine and they're not having issues, but there is some talk, there's been research going on saying that, you know, taking internally or taking neat meaning undiluted, is not always the best option, especially for a child. Chamomile, some people pronounce it chamomile, some people pronounce it chamomile. My herbalist pronounces it chamomile. it's a very gentle oil. It's a very gentle herb in general. It's a very, very gentle, and as well as lavender, very gentle. So that's why it's one of those essential oils I feel okay with saying, okay, as long as you're diluting it, this is okay to give to a 6-month-old, maybe even a 5-month-old. I really like it. I really think that because they're so highly concentrated, with essential oils, like, you shouldn't feel like one drop diluted isn't enough. So I have German chamomile, but Roman chamomile is usually the one you're going to think of for calming children and teething. I think both would be okay, but I just bought German chamomile. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure Roman is in My Gentle Baby, and I already had that, so I was like, oh, well, I just want to mix it up. But, so I actually have the Essential Oils Pocket Reference by Life Science, which I'm going to read some of it out of it for you guys. Let me make sure that page is saved. Okay, good. So this is about German chamomile, and it says that it is more for like insomnia, nervous tension, arthritis, skin problems such as acne, eczema, scar tissue, carpal tunnel syndrome, so things along that line. And so then I think, well, if I'm struggling sleeping, if Jude's struggling sleeping, this would be an okay oil maybe to, hi Jude, sorry, he keeps coming in. Hi, you have your necklace on. You usually don't want me to put your necklace on. Good. You guys can see him in his necklace for once because he never wears it anymore. He used to all the time when he was teething, but I think when more of his teeth came in, he didn't want to wear it as often. But, yeah, I think if it has something that's very helpful for calming for the sleep and, anxiety. And then we don't really ever get that much skin issues, but I know some children will have like the baby acne or eczema and things like that. But it also, the fragrant influence dispels anger, stabilizes emotions, and helps release emotions linked to the past. And so I think that's very supportive for Jude and I, in combination, energetic-wise. Soothes and clears the mind. So then I would think, oh, maybe this could be a good oil for a toddler who's going through, either had trauma in the past and has that energy that needs to be released from that trauma, or maybe has some anger. So yeah, and then we have the Roman chamomile, which again I don't own, is the one mothers have used to calm crying children, combat digestive system, digestive and liver ailments, and relieve toothaches. And this one can help with depression, anxiety, restlessness, insomnia, skin conditions as well. So from this desk reference, I think the better option would be to get the Roman chamomile for teething and whatnot. And then there's Gentle Baby, which is a blend, and it is actually really hard to get it. It's not always in stock. It's one of those oils that go out of stock for a long amount of time. So if you have the opportunity to get your hands on Gentle Baby, get it. And it is a little bit pricier, but it's pricier because there are more expensive oils in it. It's got geranium, rosewood, coriander, which I love that one for detoxing, palmarosa, lavender, I can't pronounce it, ylang ylang, Roman chamomile, so it's got the Roman chamomile in it, lemon, jasmine, and rose. Jasmine and rose are very, very pricey oils. So if you can't afford jasmine and rose, then it's a good option to be able to get this oil that has the blend, and then you won't have to pay the full price. You know, you'll get some of that benefit of that herb. Rose oil is one of the highest vibrational herbs. So this can be used to relieve stress, anxiety. Also, you can use it on your belly during pregnancy to prevent scarring. We're sort of seeing a pattern here with the oils, you know, similar to teething. I see a lot of them also are similar to skin issues. And so this would definitely be a good one to diffuse or to dilute and maybe put on a child's foot, or to relax a child. It's definitely very gentle. Definitely for a baby. Definitely something I would use maybe with lavender to help a child fall asleep. So here are my suggestions with teething. If you're not going to use them internally, which again, you know, it is safe, ideally. You know, Young Living oils are safe for you. The ones that are labeled safe for using internally are safe. The ones that are not labeled obviously are not safe. But my idea would be you're going to get better benefit from either making a hot compress or a cold compress, putting it on the cheek, on the jawline, or you can use these oils, either if it's lavender. Your child may have a favorite. Maybe your child's more relaxed by lavender than chamomile. You know, it's whatever your child would prefer. I definitely think Gentle Baby would be like, because it is such a high vibrational herb with that rose oil in it, or a chamomile. You know, dilute it. You're going to want to dilute it 1 drop every 3 teaspoons. I recommend not using the spoons and actually using like actual measuring cups to measure, because, which I don't know if they have no, I think I do have a measuring cup that has teaspoon measurements on it, because measuring cups can always vary in size. And so if you want to be like for sure, you want like an actual, I think I have like a little mini beaker looking thing. And that's where you can measure, or you can always go online and convert to see how whatever tools you have in your kitchen to measure with convert to 3 teaspoons. You could if you feel more comfortable, you can always dilute more. The only issue is you don't want to dilute less. So I usually use coconut oil. It's cheap. It is usually not going to cause them to have any type of irritation. It's just what I use. Some people don't like it because it hardens, but at the same time I like it because it hardens, because then it's more of a lotion-y instead of like you're like oiling him. I also have sweet almond oil. I have jojoba oil. I have vitamin E oil on stock. I might have more oils on stock in my room over there. I'm trying to think which other ones I have. Those are all carrier oils, so you want to use a carrier oil. You can also put it on a child's foot. So my herbalist personally would recommend, if you're going to use an herb internally, to just go to the store, find chamomile tea. And I think it's 2 bags if it's if it's in bags, or trying to think how much you would measure out. I don't remember. Sorry. If you have it, just loose tea. Definitely try to get non-GMO tea bags, organic for your child. Some people might not be strict about that in their diet, so that's okay, I guess. But I recommend non-GMO, or organic chamomile tea bags. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a mason jar. You're going to have your tea, steep it all night covered in the mason jar. Then in the morning, you can get a little dropper, get your tea, and get your dropper, and you can either, drop it inside your child's mouth. You could put it on a towel, have them chew on it. Those are ways you can use chamomile, but you want to steep it overnight if you can. Otherwise, and for toddlers, chamomile is a great one for like the toddler who's like indecisive, like no, and throws the thing on the ground, and like that type of toddler. Chamomile can definitely support that. I mean, I think that those types of actions and emotions are normal for a toddler, but to a certain degree, if you're wanting to support your toddler through those emotions, chamomile tea, I think they would be able to even maybe drink a little bit more the older they are. Maybe not a couple drops, but definitely a few drops of tea would be supportive. So I definitely recommend that in combination with diluting an essential oil, using rubbing diluted on the jawline, on the feet, or diffusing. I really like diffusing personally. Also, I feel like this is a stone that is not talked about very often for teething, for fussiness, for calming. But I do think a rose quartz is definitely supportive for a child. Jude's necklace actually has, his amber teething necklace actually has rose quartz in it. So if you have the opportunity to get an amber teething necklace, I definitely recommend you getting one with rose quartz in it for calming. And I think that's about it for the teething video. I'm definitely going to try to make a second video, and hopefully Jude will attend this video for calming a toddler or baby. But definitely these are remedies I would recommend for calming too. So thanks for watching. Bye.